How's it going, people? I am finally back. I feel like I've said that like 5 times already. So I am back home and I'm away from Yale, and what better way to start this winter break than to make more YouTube content? Given that the regular decision application deadline is literally in like 1 to 2 weeks away, I think it's January 2nd, correct me if I'm wrong, what better way than to finish up the How to Get Into Yale or Your Top School series. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about extracurriculars. I think that extracurriculars are probably one of the most important things on your application, because once you have the good academics, the good test scores, one of the main ways that college admission officers can differentiate you from the crowd is to see what things that you do. You know, what activities do you do, what interests or passions do you have, what makes you different? What is something that you can bring which will add to the diversity of the campus? College admission officers are bringing actual people to their campuses. You know, they just don't want a bunch of numbers and grades, because even though it is primarily an academic institution, which is why grades and test scores are important, in the end, they want to have unique and different individuals who come together to make the campus a better place. So now comes the question: which extracurricular activities should I do to get into an Ivy League? The answer is, drumroll please, there isn't really anything that you can do that is going to for sure get you a spot on the Ivy League, because the thing is, like I said, everybody is so different. You know, you have something unique to you, something different to you, you know, something that defines you as a human being, and hopefully, you know, something that you do that also is able to convey the characteristics and your personality traits that you have. The general rule is to do something that you're passionate about. And now what does that mean? Well, some of the things that you should make sure that you have on your application is consistency. The fact that, you know, you have been doing an activity maybe for all 3 to 4 years of high school. Other things you want to look for is your involvement in it. You know, it's really good to have leadership positions, and it's also really good to actually be involved in fewer things but more deeply than to be involved in many things and barely have any commitment at all. That being said, it is not good to pad your application with, oh, I did tennis, oh, I did soccer, oh, I did all this, blah, 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 and like, you know, do things that are actually truly meaningful to you. I honestly think that I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna give you my extracurriculars to have you get a better idea of like what an Ivy League student has, and to hopefully, maybe analyze it a bit and give you some insight. I know it'll probably be very helpful if I show you my Common App exactly, but I just don't feel like putting it in this video format. So if you really do want to see the specific descriptions and everything that I put, please email me or Instagram me or comment down below and we'll get in contact and I'll send you a PDF of that. So I was a huge performance person. I performed for events for my Indonesian communities and my church communities, and I would also occasionally help organize them. I also performed in my theater club. I was a lead actor for the plays, which was really fun and really awesome. I was president of my school's governance council, and also for my senior and junior class council. They were all different things. I played soccer and tennis for my school. I was a part of the National Honor Society and also Build On, which is a community service program. And I also worked a part-time job, which actually took out a lot of time since the end of 9th grade, I think. And I also spent a lot of my time just taking care of my siblings and all that. And if you actually analyze it, at surface value, it doesn't seem like a lot. But the thing is, you can kind of see 2 distinct kind of passions for me. One of them is my passion for performance, and one of them is my passion for helping out the public and helping people out. So that is a very key and important thing to do in your applications. You want to make it easy and clear for the admissions officers to know what you do, to know your characteristics, to know what you're passionate about, and it's really powerful to use your characteristics, personality traits, and your background to help further supplement these unique things that you follow and that you do. That's why I think it is very, very, very important for you to convey it really well on your common application. Like, be very specific with your descriptions, and also try to add your personality into it. It's important to include accomplishments and achievements in your extracurricular activities as well, and just try to make it look as good as possible. Of course, you got to be objective about it, but it's not bad to fluff it up a little bit, change the wording a little bit, but you just want to present yourself in the best way possible and to make it look really, really clear, good, distinct, to show what you love, what you do, and all the cool accomplishments that you've had. And now comes the topic of whether or not colleges want a well-rounded student in terms of extracurriculars. Basically a student who does sports, community service, public speaking, theater, blah, blah, whatever, basically all those things well-rounded. Or do they want a kid who is spiked, meaning that they want a kid who excels in one specific area? So if they're interested in science, all they do is like science olympiad, science club, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know, I'm not a science person. And the answer to that is I don't know exactly. Well, you know, that's the thing. At Yale so far, I have met a lot of people who are spiked, a lot of people who are actually well-rounded, and a lot of people in the middle. I'm saying this because it truly does depend on the person. For example, you could easily be involved in so many different things. Like for me, for example, you know, I did community service, sports, public policy stuff, performance stuff. Those are actually quite different. But what I was able to do is to show that I was actually passionate about each and every one of those things. Not only that, I was able to somehow link all of those things together to show and convey the characteristics that define who I am. And colleges always love to see, you know, all these passions coming together and finding the similarities behind it. Because if you think about it, performance and public policy is actually not that far different. I was able to show how both performance and public policy is something that I do because I want to entertain, it's because I'm selfless, it's because I want human reaction, and I want to be able to do something and to create something. And I think doing that is really, really empowering. That was a very succinct and pretentious statement describing my extracurriculars and passions. But basically what I'm getting at is that you have to do things that you truly, truly, truly love. I can't stress it enough. Do things that you have actual accomplishments with. Do things that you have actual leadership positions with. Do things that you have actual substantial achievements and actual tangible evidence of what you did. And try to make that uniform, you know, try to connect those things together and make it very, very clear to the colleges what you are. It's much easier for a college admissions officer to advocate for you when they clearly know what you stand for, you know, what you like, what you want to do, because it just helps further distinguish you and differentiate you from a person who does all of these different things just because it looks good on the application. Alright, so now I actually do think that I am rambling. If you have any more questions, please comment down below. Please email me if you want to see my comment app. Please just let me know anything. I am very happy doing these videos, honestly, and I hope to make more videos soon. So yeah, that is my take on extracurriculars. Please take it easy. I'll see you later.